Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm a bit scared for today's stream, but we'll push through. We'll see. Thank you for joining. I'll need all your help today, guys. Bear with me, okay? We will be dealing with a lot of numbers, a lot of charts, a lot of diagrams. It's going to be as geeky as it can possibly get in this stream, but we'll make it work. First and foremost, how are you guys doing? Thanks for joining. Namaste. Beat Scotsman to it first. Close enough though. How are you guys doing? Panda, hey, I saw you were streaming in Discord. Testing the physics stuff. How is it so far? Is it supporting all trucks? The dynamic steering, was it? It's basically a physics mod, right? Let me see. Happy lurking, Tom. No worries. Sufren, glad you made it. Welcome back, Front. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. Alex, thanks again for letting me know about that. Ooh, hope Jack's dad is doing well. Thanks, I didn't catch that. 1 second. Let me see if I missed anybody. I think we are good. If I missed anyone, thanks for joining, and I'll catch up in a bit. DC6, yes, we are going with the DC6 because it's Celestial Navigation Day. Back in the day when there was no GPS, I think navigators used this. I think back in the wars, they used this as well. So they used the stars, they used the sun to navigate around the world. How can that be, right? How can it be that you look at the sun and you know, oh, I'm at this position in the earth? And now do you avoid getting lost by just looking at that sun up top? It's an amazing art form, and I've gotten more and more exposed to it in the past weeks. I tried learning it on myself. I've been struggling. Fabio's stream helped a lot in clearing some things up, and then I watched some more, and it's starting to make sense, and now it's time to put it into practice. So we'll see how well that works out. Yeah, Thursday is rest day. Namaste. Yes. We streamed yesterday already. We streamed Bus Sim 21 ad hoc. The footage for that will be coming out in YouTube later, I think, if YouTube is cooperating. So, yes, the flight plan for today, I haven't shared it yet, but I did mention in chat before the stream started, while the stream was loading, counting down, that we are going to Maldives today. Because with Celestial Navigation, it would make sense to use that when you're probably crossing the ocean, crossing the sea, and you are lacking any kind of ground-based systems. So if you're not using GPS, normally you'd use VORs, right? VORs, NDBs, basically some systems on the ground that can help you triangulate where you are. But if you're in the middle of the sea, there's no VOR there. So how would you know where you are if you don't have GPS? And that's where Celestial Navigation can help. Now, it's a bit of a short trip, only 420 nautical miles. So actually, maybe we can survive without even knowing where we are, just dead reckoning as they call it. Just go this direction and you'll eventually see it. You'll eventually see where you're going. You'll see the island you're targeting. But depends on the wind, right? If there's strong wind coming from any direction, you might be blown off course. And if you don't know where you're going, then you might be going a completely different direction altogether. So, might help to start things off, short trip, just to practice the art of Celestial Navigation. Lots of filling out of forms and whatnot. Missed the bus stream. Follow the heading, exactly. So if you follow 249, then you're thinking, it should be good. But with the winds, some winds can cause you to deviate 20 degrees, 30 degrees, right? You know that when you're crabbing, because you're facing one way, but your plane is going a different way. So like you're facing this way, but your plane is going this way. So if you don't have GPS, how would you know that where you're facing is where you're actually going? That depends on the winds, right? And you won't know that if you don't have GPS. So it's not enough normally, especially with long trips, to just follow the heading. But that's where Celestial Navigation can help us. So we'll see. Hey Mantra, thanks for joining. There's electronic celestial navigation. That's how they navigated the SR-71. I heard that they used it with the SR-71. I don't know what electronic means. I guess the concept is still the same, but some of the charts are simplified. I guess some of the calculations, instead of looking up charts, they enter it in the some kind of computers are helping with those calculations. That may also make sense. I think we have a website which can simulate that. They used lenses in the top of the plane that pick up star formations. Manual sim today, yes. Even more so than before, Scotsman. It's even more intense. North Star for the win. Bouncing a lot, the physics mod. Have to play with suspension stiffness. I see. Very tricky, huh? Good. When you travel at Mach 3, you can use standard nav. Exactly. Yes, as we'll see later on, this Celestial Navigation has offsets as well. The faster you're going, the more that offset has to be. And as Alex mentioned, if you are an SR-71 traveling at Mach 3, that's 3 times the speed of sound, then that offset will be huge. There's a lot of room for correction in there. Do I eat crabs? I used to not because I was allergic. But somehow that allergy went away, so yes, I do. Actually, one of the iconic food here in Singapore is called chili crab. Super tasty. The sauce is amazing, and it's one of the food items you order when there's a tourist. When you have family visiting, it's a group meal. Sounds alert are dead. Didn't it sound again? Why is it always like that? It should be there. Try again, guys. It should be there. I don't know. Love this plane, you don't have it. The DC-6? Oh yes. Best plane in Microsoft Flight Simulator in my opinion. So far, we'll see. Oh. You might hear something going on and off because I'm now using the Xbox controller for the drone camera. It does turn on and off, but Microsoft has fixed that. Before, there was a problem when you turn on your peripherals while the stream is running. It can cause problems, but now I think they fixed it. Sound alert went off. It did. Oh, okay. There you go. Said Scotsman, bro. Alright, good. Okay, so yes, this is the flight plan. So we're starting off in Sri Lanka, in Colombo, and making our way towards the small island of Male. So if we zoom in, we'll see it. It's a big airport, but the airport is barely fitting the island, right? So it's a fairly small island, and we'll not be using GPS. We're using Celestial Navigation to see if we can find it properly. I honestly don't know if we can, but we'll try our very best. And we'll go through some concepts later on as we pass through it. Male is the capital of Maldives. Indeed. So, as Scotsman said a while ago on stream, we went here a couple of years back in the Maldives, one of the islands at least. And I think we had this exact leg because we came from Singapore, and I think that leg went to Colombo, and then from Colombo it went to Male, and from Male we took a seaplane to the island that we stayed at. So we're recreating this part here at least, but without GPS this time. We'll see. Hey LL, how's it going, man? How have you been? Now I'm hoping that the fix is in place in the sim, because we have been having problems with the Bing satellite imagery. I think they fixed it. Hopefully it is also fixed on my end. You will see that shortly. So we're starting off in Victor Charlie Bravo India. How do you read that? Bandaranaike. International. It's basically Colombo International. Now the problem is, looks like it's still pretty dark here. 1 second. Live? Okay, it's 5:44. I think it's just right. Maybe we'll have the sun by the time we depart from here. Because we will need the sun up. Otherwise, how will we measure it? so we'll see how that works. That might not work end very well for us. And also, I'll turn off air traffic just to avoid any additional lag. Okay, I think we're good. And if you want to fly together, more than happy to. I'm in the Southeast Asia server. Just spawn in this airport, Victor Charlie Bravo India, and we should see each other there because I have all players turned on. Okay, let's see. 5:45, so it's the same time zone, Panda. Right, that's a good point. Fabio had success with it. I was starting to watch his stream and I've been learning a lot, especially because the creator of the plugin, what's his name? Electron Volt, right? He was in the stream as well, guiding Fabio. So lots of amazing insights. Brave enough to try CellNav. Brave enough to try. But there is always a very thin line between braveness and idiocy, right? Oh my goodness, there's no sun here. Now I'm not sure if we change the time, if that will apply, if the plugin can detect it properly. Also, it seems like it's raining. 8-hour stream, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Southwest or of the southern point of India. Where was it? Oh, where's the Maldives? Yes. Southwest of India. Let me show you. So Maldives is right there, right? If you zoom out all the way, that's India right there on the northeast. Africa is on the west side. So it's somewhere here. Yeah. I love the sound of the rain. The end was very exciting. Oh, I haven't watched till the end yet. Don't spoil it for me. But that's amazing. Looking forward to watching it more. Sunrise is at 6:03 a.m. today. Okay, that's perfect then. That's perfect. Then we can survive this supposedly. Good. All right, let's see. What we can do is get some lighting in here. Let's get some floodlights maybe. Oh, that's not working because I have not turned on the plane yet. Alright, so 1 second. Let's go ahead and turn on the battery and ground power. We do have ground power in there. Alright, there you go. Alright, so we have floodlights. Yes, Maldives is destination. It's a very short flight compared to the usual CellNav routes. It's only 2 hours, I think, with the DC-6. So not as bad. And we do have training wheels. In case we get lost, we can always use VOR. There is VOR on the destination and the origin and destination airports. So 1 sec, let me just have a look at the circuit breakers. Checking that all of them are up, except those 2. Those 4 mainly. And on this side, everything is on the left side. Yeah, looks good. Alright. Alright, let's go through the flow here. You know what? Let me enable that. Closed. Water injection pumps are closed as well. By the time we're ready with this, steady lights. And then let's turn on the emergency lights, seat belts. Beacons will be turned on later. Fuel pumps are off. Inverters, let's turn them on. All to the main inverter. Ignitions are still off. Generators can go on. That looks good. Alright, over here, I think we have the cabin heat master. Now I haven't put in my fuel yet, so let's set that up. Almost gave up, then pulled the pole. Okay, don't spoil it for me. That's pretty interesting. Okay, I'll watch it. Awesome, man. Awesome. We'll see how it turns out for us. So I do have a sim brief plan here already. 1 second, where is it? So that's the checklist. Oh, by the way, yes, so I was studying the Celestial Navigation in case you want. I have pulled up some notes. Yeah, because there is a form that you fill out, and the form has a lot of fields in there. So each of the fields, you have to do something. You have to look up the data from somewhere. So I took some notes and put them here. So if you want access to this is the same file, the same Streamline checklist file that I use for the CRJ and the DC6. So it's just on a different sheet. So feel free to use that as well, assuming this is correct. So we will see later. We will see later. But yeah, the sim brief plan. So we'll be cruising at 10,000 feet. We'll have 11,100 fuel. And we'll have a cargo of 22,600 pounds. This is a cargo plane, and I haven't been able to show you the livery yet, but it's a DHL livery I found from FlightSim.2. Interesting how different a DHL looked like before. So 1 second, let's go and plug things in here. So we have how much fuel? 11,100. So let's put 11,500 to be on the safe side. We have, let's put that maxed out. We have 22,600 if I remember correctly. There you go. So that amounts to a gross weight of 86,710, which means we will be doing a dry takeoff because we have not met the 87,600. That is the start of the wet takeoff, where we need to turn on the water injection pumps. Okay, that's good. Light rain or just bad storms? Yes, right now we have kind of light rain. Yes, so that works. All right, let's have a look. Everything looks good here. The water injection, the water levels are not at maximum, but we're not using that today anyway, so that should be fine. Oil is a bit, it's not full, but it's still okay. I think we're good. We have fuel, which is around, what is that? Around 12,000 pounds, 11,000. Okay, so that matches with what we set. Good. We have landing lights off. Cowl flaps is open, all of those, so that the engine can breathe. The engine supercharger, you guys remember this? The superchargers low and high. We did that last stream when we went on the higher flight levels, but we don't need that now. They can stay in low. All right. And here we will be changing this one to 10,000. Do we need any pressurization? Yes, just a bit. Good. So the cabin altitude will be around 100 feet. Is that 100? 1,000 feet. Yes. Less than 1,000. Looking good there. All right. Temperature control. Around 70 degrees would be comfortable. AC and DC voltmeter looks good. 28 volts on the DC on the bus. Around 26 on the engine instruments. Okay, that's perfect. And this one changes. Good. Let me see. Did I miss anything? We will see. Oh, there we go. The sun's starting to come up. Very good. All the fire extinguisher handles are in. Let's go and set the altimeter. Let's see. How's the weather looking like here in Colombo? Victor Charlie Bravo India. I'm not sure if that's accurate, because it does say their UTC in no time. Might be that we'll have to use a different source, and if so, we can probably use Windy. Yes, DC6 checklist is in there. If you look under, actually that's a good point. Let's see. Let's open up the mods list. So exclamation point mods gets you there, gets you to this page. Thanks, Alex. And the Streamline checklist is here. Yes. So under comments section for either the DC6 or the CRJ. So that page will lead you to the page that I showed. EC6, CRJ, or this new celestial navigation bit there. Good. All right, so Windy. What is Windy saying? Let's see. All right, so here it is. Victor Charlie Bravo India, Colombo International. 31 23 10 Zulu. Right now is 0024 Zulu. It's September 1 already, so happy birthday, Flying Scotsman, in Zulu time. Alright, 240 at 4 knots. That makes sense. We'll be using runway 22 for our takeoff. Visibility is good. Scattered at 1800. Didn't say it was raining here, but okay. 27 degrees, dew point 24. QNH 1008. Alright, let's put that in then. 1008. Right, so would be here. And we know that's right if the landing elevation is the same. 29 feet is the airport elevation, which is pretty close there. Yeah, that looks good. Do the same thing in here. Oh, my mouse is starting to act up. The middle mouse button is not working so much anymore. There we go. Okay. 1008. Alright, here. Put everything in the main tanks. Propeller. Let's fall forward. Let's use auto number 2 because I don't trust auto number 3. Remember last stream, guys, where we purposely failed engine 3. I think it's bearing a grudge against us. So let's not trust it too much yet. Let's push forward the throttles just a tad. That looks good. Crossfeed is off and the lights here are on. So this is set to on. I forgot what the name of this one is. But this allows the lights to be there, I think. So if you turn these off, yeah, the lights also turn off. There you go. Looking good. And the trims are good on that side. Okay. So over here we have gyropilot off. Altitude control is off. Mixtures are all in idle cut off. Autopilot servo is off. Carb heats are all cold. Hydraulics is on. Flaps are up. Is it indicating that it's up? It is. Landing gear is down and indicating 3 greens. Looking good there. Alright, let's turn on the hydraulics. The auxiliary hydraulics, that is. Oh my goodness, that controller is going to be bugging us. How do you click this? There you go. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Sun is coming up. Perfect. I can't see it. There it is. It's coming up. The pressure should hold at around 3,100 as before. I think this one is what that was this brake pressure. Yeah, 1,500. Looks good. All right. Let's go ahead and close that again. That should also zero out there. Okay, looking great. I think so too, Alex. Yes, it has bus sim 21 overload. My goodness. All right, and then with that, I think we are good. I think we are good. I hope I didn't miss anything. I didn't actually go through the checklist. I was too lazy. But yes, I think that's all there is. Okay, so let's start the engine and let it warm up while we are repairing. So don't forget, beacons on. There we go. Engine selector. Sequence would be 3, 4, 2, 1. So starting with engine 3, we put the boost pump to low. Check that there is fuel pressure. There is, because we turned on the boost pump. Looking good. So let's start the engine. Maybe let's check outside first if it's clear. I'll turn it on again. There we go. The reason I like this is because it allows for such fine movements on the view like this. So it's perfect for external view, for sightseeing. Is that us? Yeah, the guy with the cap. Looks very informal. And I think I can change the field of view this way. There it is, so that it's not distorted. Yeah, beautiful DHL livery. Looks really like a classic, isn't it? 50s design, maybe? Yeah. Looking good there. Alright, so side is clear, so we can start it off. We can start hearing it turn. 6. At 9 we go ignition to both. At 12 we turn on the boost and the prime. And the engine catches. We feed it fuel. And then we double check that oil pressure is there. Looking good. There it is. Oil pressure, oil temperature still cold. RPM is around 700. That will start to climb as it heats up. And we see that the manifold pressure is not anymore 30. For the others it's 30 because they're still how do you say, there's still no vacuum, so it's still just reflecting the outside atmosphere temperature. Hey Jaguar, 7 months, thank you for the resub, man. Glad you made it to the stream. How are you? GG. Hey Patrick, glad you made it. Thank you. How's it going? One sec, huh? Getting confused by the controls. There it is. Okay. Going to engine 4. Fuel pressure is there. Good.
3.
Yeah, I know, right,
6.
Tom? Looks nothing like the DHL we know. Old school days. Is that enough to power it up? We do have oil pressure on engine 4 as well. Looking good. Look at how high the RPM on engine 3 now is. Reaching close to 1000. It's heating up very fast. Very nice. Good. Alright. Sure thing, LL. Thanks for the good luck. We will need it. Have a good one. Catch you next time. Catch you on Discord. Right. Fuel pressure. It's there.
3. 6. 9. 12.
I love the sound when the engine starts turning. The only thing missing here, as Alex pointed out, is the smoke that comes out when you start it off. I'm going to go outside, guys. It's going to get louder, okay? Bear with me. Woo. Oh, you can actually see it. Engine 3 is spinning much faster than engine 4 and engine 2. Very nice. That distinction. Oh, now engine 4 is actually catching up as well. Nice. Let's have a look. RPM 1000. Yeah, that's still safe. Not too high. Good. Good. Alright. Let's go and start engine 1. Fuel pressure. Double check. Fuel pressure is rising. There it is. Start it off.
3.
Send out a search party.
6.
Exactly.
9.
9.
12.
12. There it is. Good. Let's double check. Oil pressure is there. Yes. Oil temperature still cold. But now RPM is all rising. And you can see engine 3 oil temperature is now above 40. And engine 4 is just crossing 40. Looking good. I'm going to go outside again, guys, okay? Going to go outside again, so bear with me. The ears. Woo. Doesn't look half bad. There's another DC6 in there. Japan Airlines DC6. That is super cool. Let's have a look. Let's get near it. Whoa! 1 second. It's too fast. There it is. Super cool. I like this livery. Now this is a passenger DC6, DC6B. You can see by the number of windows. So nice. The number of windows here is much less. Alright, so now we have all engines running. Now it's time to go to the plane battery Right, that's the one I forgot before. Turn off the engine selector. The fuel boost pumps I'll keep on because if you guys remember last time, I think there was a criteria for when you leave these on, especially during takeoff. And I think one of the criteria is when the outside air temperature is above 24 degrees Celsius, like 75 degrees Fahrenheit, right? And right now it's 25 degrees here. So yes, let's keep it. Let's keep it on. What we can remove though is this guy, the GPU. There we go. And now we can keep that off. Save a bit of frame rate, I hope. Good. Coast Guard on standby with heli. Yes, we will need that. Thank you. Alright, so now the next step normally is to turn on the radios. But we'll try to not use any radios, at least for now. So we'll keep them off. You know what, actually, let's turn them on. Let's just not tune them in. Because when we do need to turn on our training wheels, our safety measures, right? You probably don't want to be fumbling about turning them on at the last minute. So we want them to be ready. We'll not be tuning them, but we'll see. At least they're here. Good. Alright, let's turn that on as well, just to see. And here I'll switch to Zulu time. So right now it's 6 a.m., 6:05 a.m. local. Let's switch to Zulu time, which is there. So it's oh my goodness, it's actually, oh, I forgot, yeah, because this is always confusing to me. India time, right? Same time as India. The UTC is offset by 30 minutes. It's I don't know, what's the UTC in India, Panda? Something 30. So if you look, the local time is 6 a.m. but the Zulu time is actually 12:30. 12:35. Okay, so let's go with Zulu. 12:35 Zulu. That's the UTC GMT. Looking good. Oh, I love how that shakes right there. Good. UTC plus 5:30. There you go. Thank you. Perfect. Alright, let's see. Did I miss anything? Pushback. Taxi. Okay, we'll need a reverse lever. Towel flaps are open. Okay. Oh, and look at that. The sun is starting to rise. Also, let's have a look at the chart here, how we get to runway 22. So we are somewhere here in apron A, supposedly. So we'll do a pushback. We'll get on the taxiway. It's a pretty straightforward airport. I'm not even sure what this taxiway is called because it doesn't seem to have a name. 1 second. Let's see, huh? Open the chart. Yeah, this main taxiway doesn't have a name. Does anyone know what ARP stands for? Airport Reference Point, maybe. I have no idea. Okay. But yes, that's the taxiway we're going on, and then we'll be turning left on taxiway Alpha and departing via runway 22. 220 degrees. Okay. So how does it work? After we depart from runway 22, we'll change our heading. We'll head on to 249 degrees. And then we'll just maybe wait 30 minutes to 1 hour. We'll see. Because normally the celestial navigation, you take measurements every hour. But since it's a very short flight, we'll see if we can do it every 30 minutes. Maybe we'll see when we get light enough workload. We'll see how that works. And then we'll try to work it out. So the star of this show, I hope it works because otherwise this will be for nothing, is this guy. So there is a third-party application, does not have any bells or whistles. It's only that guy. CellNav for MSFS version Alpha Oscar. So we're taking the shot of the sun, and then you take a shot. It takes 2 minutes. You hear some sounds running in the background of the bubble sextant. That's the tool that they use to measure the angle of the sun, and we'll need that reading there. So that will take 2 minutes, and then it will spit out a value for us, an angle, right? But that will help us determine where we are. Really confusing. Oh yes, Definitely. Definitely. We ain't seen nothing yet. Good. Alright, so engines are looking good. They're breathing fine. Yeah, oil pressure is still a bit low, but that's fine. We are very low on the throttle here. That's okay. Alright. So let's see. Let's turn on track IR here. How are my frame rates? They're not bad for the DC6. Okay, let's remove the gust lock. Let's remove the parking brake. Go to idle. Turn on the reversers using that lever, that red lever. There you go. Let's push back. Let's see if this works. Sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, today it works. Good. Let's look outside. It's going to get noisy, guys. We have to be facing to the left. Oh, 1 second. The taxiway is there. So I'm facing the other way, actually. My bad. Oh no. Come on, come on. There it is. Very foggy outside, huh? Ooh, look at that, sun. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's a very auspicious sign. Right? Oh! Oh! No. That's what they said not to do. You should never hit the brakes when you're reversing. And that's what I did. So... crap. Someone might have to... Now the DC6 became a tail dragger. I'm not sure if we can fix this. Oh my goodness. Let's see, maybe we can fix it. Alright, let's see if that works. Let's get some power in. 1600, let's see if that changes. Oh crap. Or should we reverse maybe? No, there it is, there it is. There it is. Good. Power. Okay. All that good sign from the sun, I think, got swept away by that accident. Hey, Jesse. No lights. Ah, yes, good point. Oh yeah, we don't have taxi lights in here though. But we do have landing lights. How's it going, Jesse? Power! Exactly. Alright. Let's get moving. Steady hum. Let's go flaps 20, 10, 15, 20. Let's see if that's indicating. It is. There it is. Don't go above 1200 for now. Take it slow. Scroll our way towards the taxiway as we get prepared here. Is that right? If you look at the thing, yeah, runway 22 is on that one. Well, runway 22 is there, but we'll be facing this way. So we have to be turning to the right. Okay, makes sense. And as we're taxiing here, let me go through the checklist. Before takeoff, flaps 20, the gust lock is disengaged. Fuel boost pumps are low. Controls are free and I hope correct. Yes, looking good. Start our turn here. There we are. Nav lights as we enter the runway. They should be moved to flashing, so that will be the equivalent of our strobes over here. Inverters, put this guy, co-pilot and engine instruments, on inverter number 2. Transponder, oh yeah, that's something that we haven't turned on yet. Over on this side, let's put it on altitude reporting, just so we appear on the radar. Landing lights, let's extend it. Give it around 5 seconds. Oh, that is beautiful, isn't it? That's like from a scene of the movie. Okay. And now we turn on the landing lights. Didn't help much, that's fine. Cowl flaps 4 degrees for takeoff, so let's close those up. Man, I love the sound of this plane. Pitot heat is on, auto feather is on. Okay, auto feather, let's turn that on, so just in case one of the engines fail, it will automatically be feathered. You guys remember the feathering? Alright. Like we did last time. Cooling turbine in normal, and let's turn on the pitot heat as we make our way, as we turn on the runway there. Alright, okay, good. Taking some cool ATS screenshots with SSAO on for a more realistic look. Oh yeah, I saw that in Discord. You were enjoying SSAO. Very nice graphic option. A bit heavy on performance at times, but yes, perfect for screenshots. Pretty cloudy, no sun visible. Yeah, right now it's here, at least the sun is peeking out a bit. Hopefully by the time we get on the higher altitudes, we should be in a better position. I actually didn't check what is the transition altitude here. Let me check any of the departures to see. 11,000, okay. So we actually don't switch to standard altimeter in this case. Alright, so we'll depart from runway 22, turn right on a 249 degree heading, and from there we'll just go straight for 1 hour. Hello? Don't stop. Look at all that shaking, oh my goodness. Don't stay there. There it is. Okay, and with that, I think we're good to go. Let's turn on the pitot heat here. Cooling turbine is also on. Yeah. If you're taking screenshots, that's good, but as soon as you start driving, might get tricky. Man, hear that hum. Beautiful humming. There we go. Taxiway Alpha, runway 22, exactly as in the charts. Runway looks clear. Let's go ahead and enter and start things off here. Looking good there. Oh, the brakes are pretty intense. Runway 22, I see 22 on the ground, 220 on the heading. Alright, we are on the right runway, and the winds are in agreement as well. So this is indeed the right runway to choose. We'll be doing a dry takeoff, so we'll be going to 53 inches. Manifold pressure, so that's the red line right there. Where is it? This one here. For takeoff, and then as soon as we lift off, when we see positive rate, we'll put the gears up. We'll pitch for 130 knots. Then we can go flaps up. And then I will also turn down the power from 53 inches to 46 inches, so that we are not taxing the engines too much. Lowering the RPM as well to 2600 for METO power. And then pitching to 165, and then going down to 40 inches and 2400 RPM. Okay, something like that. Anyway, let's go. Let's see how that works. Alright, going to 30 inches. Man, those sounds. Stable. Alright, going to 53 inches. Off we go. Monitoring the cylinder head temperatures. Engine 4 is getting a bit hot. I think it's still in the normal range for takeoffs though. As we pick up speed here, more air is flowing into the engines. Airspeed's alive. As more air gets into the engines, they breathe better, so it gets colder. P1, rotate. Very gentle takeoff. Don't pull back too hard. Positive rate. Gear up. Pitch for 130 knots. Pulling back to Me-Too power. 46 inches on the manifold pressure. And 2600 on the RPM. Good. 130 knots, there it is. Putting the flaps up. Turning right. Oh my goodness, I see trees below. I see buildings. Turning right. To 2. Was it 249? Oh my goodness. I forgot the magnetic heading. 249 indeed. Okay, turning right to 249 degrees. 165 knots, that's good. Pulling back more, 40 inches of manifold pressure and 2400 on the RPM. There we go. 249. 249. Very gentle turn. And there it is. The sun is starting to come up. The skies are clearing up. Getting away from all those clouds already. Engines are breathing better. That's 249. Not really. It's a bit like 251. Let's head left a little bit. There we go. That's more 249. That's close enough. 249. Alright, let's engage the gyro pilot. Autopilot servos on. And it should be maintaining that for us. Good. Pitch up just a little. 165 knots is what we're targeting. We'll be cruising until 10,000. We'll be climbing until 10,000 feet. Terrain too low. Pull up. Pull up. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Let's look outside, guys. Going to get a bit noisy, okay? Going to get a bit noisy, but bear with me. It will be worth it. There it is. Woo. Good morning, Sri Lanka. Man. The propellers are aligned now. You guys remember the propellers from last time? This is why I like the controller. So much easier for sightseeing. Radials are never noisy. Just heavenly. Oh, I have to agree with that. I have to agree with that. Alright, pushing the throttle to 40 inches. Let's go through the after takeoff checks. Make sure I didn't forget anything. Plane crashing simulator. Screenshot time exactly. Alright, so let's see. Looking good. A bit shallow. We can steepen it up a bit. Landing lights off. Retract it. 5 seconds. Give it 5 seconds. Okay, that should be enough. Let's also set the cowl flaps to climbs to allow the engines to breathe better. Let's double check the cylinder head temperatures. Yes, they're in the green range. They're around 200 degrees on each side. Looking good there. That is beautiful. Although I am less here. 40 inches on the manifold pressure right there. With right power. Perfect. Okay. Looking good. I think we can also turn off now the auto feathering. All engines survived so far. Turn off the boost pumps. And the inverters can go now to the main one. Good. Everything's still good. No red lights coming on. Okay, perfect. Man, look at these clouds. Phew. Sightseeing goodness. What's the outside air temperature? It's around 15 degrees up here. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Good. One more screenshot time, guys. Bear with me, okay? Apply a bit of tilt. More tilt. Enjoy, Jesse. Beautiful. Okay, enough screenshots. Enough screenshots. Screenshot time the checklist. Yeah, that would actually make a lot of sense, huh? Alright. So I have to start preparing, guys. The problem is, I did not really take note of when we departed. When did we depart, guys? I think around 12:45 Zulu, right? Around 12:45. Let's put it that way. So if we say we take the first shot at 1:45, this is all going to be very how do you say? Very trial and error, really, because we don't really know our speed, our ground speed. And we have an idea, but we don't really know. We have an idea where we should be, but we don't really know. So all of this is going to be approximation, and then we'll see how close we get when we verify that. But trust the process and we'll see. Okay? So let's say, let's take around let's take a shot at 1:30 Zulu, maybe. So in 30 minutes. So we will have to prepare ourselves then. Where do you guys think we will be by then? So assuming, let me have a look here. 1 second. So I keep an eye on my altitude right here. Yes, it is UTC. Yeah. So we departed from here, 249 heading, right? And if we take one in 45 minutes, how would that be? How far would we be by then? So let's say we have 250 knots is a good approximation of our ground speed, maybe. Not really, but fine, I can start with that. And let's say we'll be doing this for 45 minutes. So 250 knots means we're traveling 250 miles per hour, right? 250 nautical miles per hour. So in 45 minutes, that's 3/4. So times 0.75, right? So we'll be traveling around 187.5 nautical miles in 45 minutes. Does that make sense? So it should be around 187. So if I put something like, it's going to be very bad, but this is the best I can do, 187, so something somewhere over here, maybe over here. Yes, so this would be our waypoint number 1 there, let's say. So that will be the 1:30 Zulu shot. We would be taking a shot at 1:30 Zulu, and we are estimating that we are somewhere there. That's the dead reckoning position. That's a starting point. We'll see if that really takes shape. What are the two airports? You mean the origin and destination? This one, Colombo, Victor Charlie Bravo India here, and Male, Victor Romeo Mike over here. Yeah, so that's waypoint 1, and then we'll see if we can do shots more often than that, every 30 minutes after that first shot. We'll see if it works. Never liked that term, Dead Reckoning. That's true. Maybe we can keep it DR, just so it's not so morbid. Yeah. I am slowing down here, but I am well below 40 inches, so let's push forward to 40 inches. There you go. Get back some power in. Reaching 10,000 feet soon enough. Alright, but yes, we can start filling out the chart then, right? I mean, what chart? Oh my goodness, guys. I'll show you all the charts today. So we have actually, I'm not sure if this will show. This should work. 1 second, it's a bit behind my stream. Okay, that works, right? Yes, that works. So, 1 second, let me refresh that. Wait! Party Reckoning, I like the sound of that. So yes, there is a... So this is a mod. This is a third-party plugin, the one I showed you. This guy. This is a third-party plugin that comes with all the documentation. A full-blown... Oh, sorry, didn't see. This guy. It comes with a full-blown documentation like this. Tutorial. Step-by-step guide. Guides us the rest of the way. There's even a sample flight plan that you can follow. Sample waypoint. I didn't follow it exactly though because I wanted to travel on our own. 1 sec, we are reaching 10,000 feet, guys. 1 second. Let's slow it down. Hey, adventurer! Stick to the bus sim. Yes, that's simpler for sure. Don't get butter on the charts. Oh yeah, we'll need that. I think popcorn will do very nicely for those. Alright, let's go down a bit. There should be no clouds here from when I looked at the weather. But we'll see. So 10,000 feet. Now the problem is with this one, when I turn on altitude control, I think it will fidget a bit. There. It will not really lock us at 10,000. It will lock us somewhere 100 feet off. That's just a known bug. Okay, let's see. Can we see the sun from here? There are a couple of clouds. But let's try and find the sun. I think we can still take measurements, maybe, hopefully. Let's see. Going outside. Oh yeah. There's the sun. There's the sun. So we can definitely measure that. I hope. Alright. Good. So yes, it kind of put us 200 feet off. Fine, I guess. I guess that's the best it can do. Alright, so let's go to Autolean. Alright. So you can see the power went down, the fuel flow went down. And now what we'll do is we'll look for the appropriate chart for this. One sec, guys. I'm looking for the manual for the PMDG DC6 so we can refer to the charts properly. There it is. Okay. So let's see where we are. So 1240 horsepower, 1240 torque meter horsepower. We are at 10,000 feet, so the RPM should be at 2260. The MEP should be at 155. Okay. So let's pull back on the manifold pressure here. Maybe around there. And then once we pull back on the RPM, the BMEP will rise. There it is. You can hear it changing in pitch as well. There we go. And then push back the throttle to 155 like so. That's 155 BMEP. And the fuel flow is indeed around 600 plus. That should be close enough. Yeah, that looks perfect. That looks perfect. So with that in mind, we are around this point, 10,000. So let me see if I can comment here. Can I highlight? And highlight the text maybe, if it works, 10,000. Somewhere here. So we should be seeing 216 on the indicated airspeed and a 258 on the true airspeed. Let's see. 218 is it? Not really. It's 210, 220. Maybe later as we continue on this path where it'll pick up more speed. But let's do some checks first. Some cruise checks because I'm sure I missed something. Mixture auto lean, cruise power. Oh, maybe the reason we're going slow is because we still have cowl flaps. The cowl flaps allow the engines to breathe, but they are actually also providing additional drag because they're kind of opened up like that, and the airflow is kind of restricting, right? It's not as smooth the way the air travels, so it is adding a bit of drag and it's slowing us down a bit. So when we close the cowl flaps, the engines will get hotter, but at this point they are good really, no need for cowl flaps, so we can close them and we get that full benefit. And maybe that will also speed us up, we will see. Okay, hydraulic system can go off so we don't accidentally engage the landing gear or deploy flaps. Cabin altitude and pressure, let's check that. Yeah, less than 1,000 feet cabin altitude, that looks good. Alright, looking good. The sun is behind us, yes, that's fine. Perfectly fine, I think. I hope. Alright, and everything else should be okay. Should be some clouds. Looking great, guys. Alright. So we have 25 minutes for the first measurement, so we have plenty of things to do. If we're a bit late, we can delay that to maybe 2 o'clock Zulu instead of 1:30 Zulu. But yes, let's go through here. What's this celestial navigation all about? Not sure how to start, but some geniuses, and I mean this literally, they were able to determine that the stars we see, including the sun, the moon, and the planets, the stars, we can see them outside, and at any point in time they can actually, let me lower the volume just a tad, like so maybe. Is that okay, guys? At any point in time, if you draw a line, like for example, let's look at the sun, okay? So their sun is there. If you draw a line from where the sun is to the center of the earth, at some point it's going to intersect somewhere on the surface of the earth, right? So it's like at that point where it intersects the surface, if you're there, for example, it's right on top of Alex's house, that line, and you draw a straight line from the sun to the center of the earth, that line intersects Alex's house, let's say. When you're at Alex's house and you look directly up 90 degrees, the sun is there. That is what they call the zenith. And that is how they say the sun is at this position in relation to the earth's surface. Right? So with that in mind, they know at which point the sun is, the stars are. They know how it relates to where that zenith is in the earth. And they know then how to compare that with the current location. So that's like the starting point. They know where the sun is with regard to the earth's surface, Alex's house. And then we measure how far we are from the sun. It's some kind of comparison, and then you compare yourself, how far am I from Alex's house? And then that's the way they determine the location of where they currently are. So that's there's no sun here. So that's the very, very rough explanation of it. I can't explain it much better, but if you have questions, let's go deeper into it. But that is the basic foundations on it. right? And from there, you can deduce all kinds of triangulation, all kinds of estimation, and eventually, you'll get to a point where you know where you are, roughly speaking. All right. So what I'm showing here now, let's go to my checklist. Celestial navigation. Let's start filling out the form. Okay. So navigator. Let's put this clumsy. The date is what is that today? 2021, September 1. Oh yeah, it's September 1 already. Goodness, right? Goodness. Maybe put that over here. Fixed time. Didn't we say we will be taking this shot at 0130 Zulu? So something like that. Started with sailing ships. That's what the sextant is for. Oh right. It started with with ships, and then planes also adopted it. So let's see. Maybe we'll understand better as we go through this. So our current track is, let's hope, we're not really sure, but this is what we were hoping for, right? 249 degrees. Alt 248 gets you that degree sign. Altitude is at, let's say, just 10,000 feet. Ground speed, what did we say was the ground speed based on the chart? It should be 258 true airspeed, but we're a bit slower than that, so I don't know, let's just go with 250 just to be on the safe side. So at 250, because we don't really know what the wind component is, so for now true airspeed is equal to ground speed. Okay, the body that we'll be measuring is the sun. Yes, still the 31st. Oh, in your world, yes. but here in Mali, it's already September. In Zulu time, let's say, it's already September 1st. Yes, happy birthday, Scotsman. The Apollo space missions use sextants as well. Oh, did they? Hey, Jason, thanks for joining. Today is tomorrow for Clumsy, exactly. Also for Zulu time. Yeah, also for the UK folks. Good. All right. So, you guys are seeing this correctly, right? Okay, yes. Is it too small? Let me know. So, what is this now? So, we're now going to measure we're now going to look for Alex's house in that analogy. At which point is it is the sun, that straight line from the sun to the center of the earth? Which part of earth is that intersecting? Is it touching? Right? And to do that, we have a chart here, the Nautical Almanac 2021 for the sun, and it basically, well, there's so many different calculations for this, but thankfully we don't need that. What we need to look at only is this guy. You see here, January 1, 2021. So this is only for year 2021. So what we basically do is look for the date September 1, right? September 1 is here, from August 29 to September 12, 2021. And this is because the as we progress, right, the sun, how do you explain this? They were able to already plot where the sun would be on a certain time of day, on a certain day, on an exact time. So they plotted all of this for year 2021. So we're looking for September 1. Let's have a look. So this is August 29, this one, August 30, August 31, and this is September 1. So this entire chart here is September 1. And then we're taking a shot at 1:30 Zulu. So that's going to be 1 here. And that's the measurement. That is Alex's house, basically. 194.59. Yes, 194.15. Actually, I'm thinking I might not have enough time to fill out that thing. Maybe have to look at 2 o'clock instead. Would that be safer? That might be safer, guys. We might need to change this. Instead of taking one at 130, I think it's better if we take it at 0200. Just to have a bit more leeway. So that's 45 minutes from now. Yeah, just to be safe. So if it's at 200, 1 second, huh? Let's get back to a little nav map here. So this is 130. 30 minutes means an additional 125, right? Because we're traveling at 250 nautical miles per hour. So an additional half hour would mean an additional 125 nautical miles, right? Because 250 divided by 2, 125. So that means from here, if we draw an additional 125, actually we won't be able to measure so many. We won't be able to. Maybe it's only one shot then. Bombing mission incoming. Write that down. Alex's house, exactly. I do want to make it to 130 then, so that we have more shots. Is that possible? If we can. Alright, let me try and speed this up. I'll explain more as we take the shot. But for now, just let me work, okay? And trust me on this. Trust me on this. Not very inspiring words, but we'll see. So 01, 194.59. So this is 194.59. Yes. And then the declination is 15.6, 08, 15.6. So 08, 16, let's say. 08, 16. Okay, so 08, 16. Is that right? Yeah, I guess it's close enough. Okay, 0816. All right. Then we need a correction because we are taking. So this is Alex's house at 1 a.m. Zulu, but we are taking a shot at 1:30 Zulu. So we have to apply a 30-minute correction, and that 30-minute correction is right here. Oh my goodness, you can see. So we look for the 30-minute correction, which is this guy, 30 minutes in 0 seconds. So that's 7:30, 7 degrees and 30 minutes correction. So we apply a 07 degree and 30-minute correction, which amounts to GHA, that's Alex's house at 1:30 Zulu, will be at 194, 203, 204 degrees, right? At 80:29 minutes, is that right? If you add these two together, but this is 6 minutes, so you max out at 60. So 194, 195 plus 7 is 290. 195 plus 7, right? 1 second. 194 plus 7 is 201, 202. 202, sorry. 202. And then 89, 69, 29. Okay. I think it's this one. Yes. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Jason. Perfect. Alright, so that's the GHA. And then the longitude here. Oh, I didn't track our dead reckoning longitude. That's something missing. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. So this guy is our party reckoning, right? This is where we think we will be, but we'll look for the nearest whole coordinate here, which is 77 degrees east, this one here, and 6 north. So if we plot that, we will actually be latitude is north 6, right? And the longitude is east 77, right? That's this one, the intersection of this coordinate, 6 north and 77 east. Okay, so the longitude here, since we are on the east, that's going to be a positive number. So it says here positive for east, negative for west longitude. So that's 77 degrees, but we also want a whole number because we'll be adding GHA, this guy, plus our longitude, and that will result into LHA. But we want this LHA to be a whole number simply because the charts that we're looking at only offer whole numbers. So we want this to be a bit offset. So in order to make this work, we have to apply, what is it, 41? No, 31. Maybe 31 minutes. Right? Because if we add this, 29 plus 31 would equal 60. That means it will be a whole number. 202 plus 77 plus 1. So that's 279. That's going to be 280 degrees. Are you guys having the same calculation so far? Ace guy. Sure thing, Panda. GG, man. Welcome back. How have you been? Shop English, Math, and History. GG, thank you. Getting into the weeds of celestial navigation today. Alright, so we have 280 degrees in here. And let me double check this with my thing. Okay. So assumed latitude is, we just copy whatever is there up there. So this is north. 6 degrees. And the declination here was 0816. That's what I got from, oh crap, probably not what you want to hear. We're crunching numbers. September 1 over here at 01. No, north, I forgot to note that down. North 0816. So north 0816. There you go. So both north. Okay, because that's important. We're comparing the assumed latitude and the declination of the sun. So they're both north. We need that later. Let me have a look at the time quickly. Okay, it's 1:20 Zulu. We have around 10 minutes. Okay, we still have time. Alright. Okay, so now we're looking for ZN. And for ZN, we have to look at the site reduction tables. Now we have to look at our latitude. Our latitude is 6 degrees. And we have the same. North in north, that means same. And you see here, there is a same, there is a contrary. So we're looking for a same with latitude 6. Was it 6? Yes. So first, let's look for latitude 6. Look at all these charts, guys. Look at all these charts. Latitude 6, same. Yeah, because there's latitude 6 that's contrary. So we need the same one. And from here, we will look for the declination of the sun, 0816. So that's 08, that's this guy right here. And compare that with the LHA. Look at the LHA on the left side. Here, LHA. It's all in whole numbers, right? This is why in our calculation, we wanted the LHA to be a whole number. 280 degrees. Is that right? Did I have to compute something there? 1 second. Let's see if there is a 280 on the LHA. Is there? Oh no, crap. Okay, I might have to do something there. I might have to do something with that LHA. Oh, I think it's on the right side. Wasn't it? Yeah, this one. Okay. Oh, that's fine. 280 degrees. 280 degrees LHA is this one here. 280 degrees on the LHA. Okay, so it's this row. But we're looking for the latitude that is the declination, which is 0816. 0816 is this one here. So in short, what we need is this guy. Oh, no, not that one. What we need is this guy. These two. Somewhere in between these two is what we need. So it's going to be 1042, 1046, somewhere in between that. Right? Because it's the declination is 8 degrees plus something. It's 8 degrees 16 minutes. 16 minutes out of 60 is 0.26. 25% there. So around 1/4 in between. So we have 4 here. 46 minus 42 is 4. 1043. Let's put 1043 as the HC. Okay, 1043. 1 second, guys. Bear with me, okay? Can't explain everything yet, but trust me on this. 10 degrees, 43 minutes. Okay, and this guy is going to be 83 and 82. Let's take 83. That's the Z. Now the Z there, this Z number or letter, is going to be something that is further modified. So if LHA is greater than 180, that's us because our LHA is 280. Greater than 180, Zn is equal to Z. So in our case, the Z we got is just the Zn, it's the same. Because otherwise, sometimes you have to do some calculations in there. And we're in a northern latitude, right? Latitude is north 6, so we follow this one, this computation right here. So we look for it. It's 83. Zn equals Z, it says. So 83 is what we are using for Zn right here. Something like that. I hope it's right. Hey, there's a bot that you're typing the degree symbol. It helps me. It helps not confuse me because I get confused when there are too many numbers and no units. All right. How are we in terms of time? We have around 5 minutes. Okay, that's fine. All right. What next? We have to apply some corrections. So we have to apply some corrections in here. Dome personal is simply 5 minutes because the tool is going to say that here. You see the index error is 5 minutes. So we just copy that over to the chart. So that's at least one less thing to worry about. So that's 5 minutes. We do have a refraction in here. The refraction is something we have to look at as well. And the refraction is something that is in table 6 in this PDF, if I remember correctly. There it is, table 6 refraction. So we look, the reason why I went to 10,000 is just so we are exactly at this number because this is height above sea level. So we have 10,000, 15,000. I wonder if that will make a problem for us because I'm not exactly at 10,000. Because the autopilot doesn't take me there exactly. Well, we'll see. So anyway, 10,000. So we're in this guy, and depending on the, so this one, we're looking at the HC, the HA rather, the angle. So this 10 degrees, guys, imagine it this way. When the sun just rose, right, you're looking at the sun. When the sun just rose, it's very near the horizon, right? So the angle from the horizon to the sun is very low. That's why it's 10 degrees. When it's like noon, midday, that's going to be pretty high. So the angle will be much higher. So the number that we're getting here makes sense. It's only 10 degrees because it's very close still. The sun, the position of the sun is still very close to the horizon. So that makes sense. All right, so it's 10 degrees, 43 minutes. And we'll be looking here 10 degrees, so it's going to be somewhere here in between 12 and 9, and that's going to be a 4-minute adjustment on the refraction. So let's put that here, 4 minutes. 4 minutes, that's going to be a total of 9 minutes adjustment, right? And actually that might be a bit too, the sun might be too low to measure properly, huh? I'm not sure if that will have a problem for us. So total adjustment will be 9 minutes, and that means the total HC will be 10 degrees, and 43 plus 9 is 52 minutes, right? So now we have a number. This is now, what we're saying here is basically, if we are at this point, let's start plotting things down. Let's add a user point. Let's say, what was that thing? We are at 6 north. So 6, 0, 0 north, and east would be 77:31. So 77 degrees, 31 minutes, 0 seconds. That's going to be our waypoint. That's going to be our assumed position, AP, at 0130 Zulu. Right? So that's going to be our assumed position. If we assume that we are there, then that means measuring the sun should give us this number, 10 degrees. But we know that we're not exactly there. So what we'll do is we'll measure Was I late? Crap. Is it 1:29 already? 1 second. I always get confused here. Oh crap, I think I'm late. I think I'm 1 minute late. It's okay. Maybe it will work. I think that's 1:29. So when this hits 0, I think that's 1:30. Crap. Alright, let's see. Yeah, it's a bit late. Phew. That might be tricky. We'll see if that plays a factor. I hope not. She gets lost going around the block. Right, so I love that sound. Apparently that's how a true sextant sounds like. These bubble sextants that you use to measure the angle of the sun. So let's wait for that. So now what we're saying, if I go back to little nav map, is if we're at that position, the calculated height of the sun should be 10:52, 10 degrees 52 minutes. But now we're measuring what it really is. And the number that the sextant will spit out, we'll put here under HO. And from there, we'll know the difference of how the angle is different. And from there, we'll know where we really are. So we're not really here at AP, but where are we? Based on those difference in the angles, we'll be able to deduce where we are, roughly speaking. Yeah. Oh, 1 second. Yeah, there might be some confusion here. Let me try and clarify that, guys. So, let me see. A sextant is not a bad thing, okay? A sextant is a tool. Let me see. It's this one, a bubble sextant. So it's the one you use for measuring the angle of the stars. So it's a real tool that they use for celestial navigation, and it's not dirty or anything, okay? Just to so everyone is on the same page. It's not a slang or anything like that. Okay? Alright, so I think the measurement is done. And it now spits out 11:14. 11:14. Okay, oh, interesting. Alright, alright. 11:14. Let's go back to the charts and see what that means. So, we measured 11 degrees in 14 minutes, right? And now we subtract HO minus HC. That's going to be, oh crap, I think that's 0 degrees and what is this? Oh, how do you subtract that? Subtraction with minutes, I'm very bad at it. So we subtract 14. So 52 minus 14 is 38. Because it's 14 minus 52. Is that enough? Is it really just 38 minutes? Maybe? Oh, actually, 1 second. Is this supposed to be degrees? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Is it 22? 22 is the answer? Okay. Why is it? So if we add 22, yes, correct. This is right. Thank you. Because if we add 22 to 52, it will be 14. Okay, great. Thank you. I'm not sure. How do you calculate that? I'm not used to calculating using minutes. Thank you. That's perfect. So we are 22 miles away from where we said we could be. But what is the angle? Then that's something different that we have to compute further. But before we do that, we have to also see what our Coriolis is. And I think for Coriolis, we also look at this table, table 7 now. Our latitude is 6 degrees, wasn't it? 6 degrees, yes. And our ground speed is 250. So it's around 0 or 1. Let's place it at 1. Or maybe at 0 it's okay. No, 1 is I guess the more proper one if we do that. So 1 nautical mile adjustment to the distance to the right in northern latitudes or to the left in southern latitudes. Okay, so to the right. To the right. So that means, okay, so now we can start plotting these things. We have to, so we say that we are 22 miles. So 1 minute is 1 mile. Is that right? We're 22 miles away from our assumed position. But which direction? So which direction? It's 83 degrees. So the sun is actually 83 degrees. Does it make sense? So we say we're here. Let's say the sun is behind us, 83 degrees. Somewhere there. Which makes sense, right? When we looked a while ago, we said the sun is behind us. And that seems to make sense. So we are going to be 22 miles towards the sun. Oh, interesting. Okay, so looks like we are way behind. Looks like we are way behind versus the waypoint that we set. Okay, so let's do this. Let's plot this bit by bit. So first, let's plot in the Coriolis, the 1 mile adjustment. So let's go and measure distance 1 mile to the right, perpendicular to the track, which is 83 degrees over here. 83 perpendicular is plus 90, that's 173. Is that right? So something like this. So 1 nautical mile there. So that's our starting point. And then from here we draw a line 22 miles towards, because we said 22 miles to that angle, 83 degrees. So let's see, if we go and then measure from here, 83 degrees, 22 miles, something like that. 83 degrees through 22 miles. Okay, that's perfect. 22 miles like that. And then the line of position will be somewhere parallel there. So it's going to be parallel, so it's, or perpendicular, so it's 83 minus 90, it's what, 353, right? Something like that. So did that mean that we were here? Am I doing this right? I think so. So does that mean, and then we, and I think we then use, was it this one, the waypoint? We measure it. Oh, 1 second, it's the wrong line. So we have 173 this way. And then we draw a line from the waypoint, our party reckoning, 83 degrees over there. So I think we were somewhere here. Oh my goodness. So let's see. Waypoint, let's say MPP, most probable position at that point at 0130. Okay, so that's where we think we are. So how far did we travel that way? Which makes a lot of sense. We are way back from where we are for where we thought we were going to be. We were 51 miles away from where we thought we were going to be. Which makes sense because we computed this waypoint 1 with the assumption that we are traveling, right? That we are traveling at our cruising speed, our 250 knots ground speed. But initially, we were climbing. And when we were climbing, we were at 160 knots, so we were definitely much slower while we were climbing. So it makes sense that we are far behind than where we thought we were. If we use this waypoint 1, that it was using the ground speed already for cruise, the 250 knots. Okay, that makes sense. So with this being the most probable position, it still used 250 knots. So from here, let's take 250. Oh, actually, we should be there already. Let's take 125. Let's take 125. Let's take another shot 30 minutes from now. Maybe let's see. 125 nautical miles. In 30 minutes, we should be at this point right here. Right? If we correct our spot. So that's 255 degrees magnetic. We were at 249. So does that mean right 6 degrees maybe? Am I looking at this correctly? You know what? I'm not so sure anymore. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll figure things out. Okay. So currently we're at 250. Let's go to 255. Okay. Let's turn to the right here a bit. Okay, like there. No. So 249, 255, that's I think a bit too much. Let's go back a bit. Like there. Oh, it's too much. 1 second. I think we went back the other way. Okay, let's do one more. Just very, very gentle turn. That's the way. Not sure, Tom? Okay, that might work. 5 degrees adjustment. Okay, let's see. Let's see if that works any. Okay, so we'll take another shot in 20 minutes. We'll see if that works. And then the cool thing about this is later after the flight we can check. We can compare. So the tool is actually measuring where we really are. And we can load that in Little Nav Map. So we can compare our calculation with where we are actually and see how far we are off. That's at least the gist of it. Okay. So let me save this. One second, guys. 31 0130 Zulu. Can we really do that? Can we take another shot at 0200 Zulu in 15 minutes? Ooh, might be a lot of work, but maybe it will be nice. Okay, let's see. Let's try it. Let's rush things. Not a good sign, but okay, let's see. Let's start fresh. This probably hurts. Let's do that all over again. Why not? right? Let's go for August 1, September 1 rather. Fixed time is 0200 Zulu. Latitude, oh, I have to take a latitude again. So let's say if this is our position, I was making Flight Sim hard by flying visually with pilotage and no GPS. I almost want to try it. I know, right, Jason? Yes. That's also the same sentiments I had. That's why I jumped into it, even if I think I might regret it soon enough. I think it's an exciting thing to explore. So it's here, it's 5 north, 76 east. Okay. So north 5, east 76. Okay. Track would be, just looking at little nav map here, track would be 252. True. True heading would be 255. 1 second. No, that's actually the opposite. No, that's right. That's right. 255. Yeah, that's right. I guess something like that. 10k. Ground speed, let's say, let's still go with 250 knots. Body is the sun. Let's go and look for the GHA. Okay, where are we going? Which one are we looking at? So we're looking at September 1 at 0200, this guy, right? Highlight, that's the one. So it's 209.59. 209.59. Something like that. Correction would be 0 because we're going to take it exactly at 0200 Zulu. So no 30-minute correction this time. So correction is 0. So here, this means the GHA is really going to be 209.59, right? And our longitude will be east, so it's 76. Oh, and this time it's easy. So it's 76 and 1 minute. Remember, we have to make this a whole number. So our LHA would be 276. Am I adding it right? 209 plus 76 is 285, sorry. So 209 plus 76 is 27285 plus 1 here. So 286 degrees total. Good. Assumed latitude is north 5. Right? And declination is the guy that we saw here, 14.7. So it's actually 08 north 08. $14.7. Good. So let's say 15. 0815. Okay. Now ZN. Let's look for ZN. So what is that? Is that north-north? It's north-north, so it's the same. And its latitude is 5 degrees. So let's look for latitude 5. So latitude 5 is there. And the same is what we want. And declination is 8. So it's between 0 to 14. So this one is ours. And the LHA is 286. Okay. LHA is 286. So it's actually the next page. This guy. LHA is 286. So that's this row right here. So I think it's this one. Right, 286. And then between 8 and 9 degrees declination. Yeah, 0815. So that's 1/4 of the way, is it? Something like that. So 1630, 1631, 2, 3, 6. Stick with 1630 HC. Let's note that here. 16, please, 30 minutes. And then the Zulu is 83. So let's do that here again. We have a north latitude and our LHA is greater than 880, so Zn is just equal to Z itself. So we just copy what Z is, which is 83. Okay, so still the same degrees, right? Still the same zenith. Azimuth, sorry. 83, same as the last one. Okay, good. Now for the corrections, this will be still 5 minutes because that's the same one from before. It's from the tool, so we just copy that. It's always going to be 5 minutes, but the refraction might be different. So the refraction, I have to go back again here. Here, refraction 10,000 feet. Not LHA, the angle, the calculated angle is 16 degrees, 30 minutes. 1630 is somewhere here, so that's around 2. Okay, is that smaller? It is smaller. It's a smaller correction now because the sun is getting higher, so the calculation is getting more accurate. When it's super low, there's a huge room for error. So here it's 2 minutes. Total would be 7 minutes, right? Yeah. Okay, so the correction here, total adjustment would be 7 minutes, which means that the HC is going to be 16 degrees, 37 minutes. Yes, not many people will call this exciting, Jason. It's not really for everyone, but it's amazing the fact that you can have an idea of where you are just using the stars and some charts. It is absolutely unbelievable that it can be a thing. Alright, and I think we're good there. Did we manage it? Oh, we have Coriolis, and then we plot. Okay, it's not yet done. Not yet done. Don't celebrate yet. Coriolis is on here on the right side of the table. So our latitude is 6 degrees, was it? Or 5? Now at 5 degrees, okay. 5 degrees, so somewhere in between. And 250, 0 and 1. Let's just go with 0. So keep it simpler. 0. So no need to correct anything, okay? Alright, so now let's go to Little Nav Map. Let's go and plot those things in. So we said, let me see. 5 degrees and 76. So here is our assumed position. So this is our AP at 0200 Zulu. And it's going to be at 5 degrees latitude. And the longitude will be 7601. 7601 in 0 seconds. There you go. So that should be right there. Okay, pretty close to the coordinate itself. So that's our assumed position. We don't have Coriolis, so we don't need that. Okay. So we'll see if we're somewhere here. So let's add a range ring here. We should be somewhere in that vicinity if we calculated this remotely correctly. And the sun is that way. Is that correct? Let's see. 83 degrees is that. So it should be, and we're facing this way. So it should be almost behind us. Almost behind us. Let's see if that's true. Let's go outside. Where's the sun? Oh crap, there it is. In reality, when you have clouds like this, I'm not sure if you can take a proper shot. But it is at the back, so that seems to make sense. 83 degrees, right? So we're moving this way, and then the sun is 83 degrees, something like that. Okay. $83 would be somewhere like that. Would be the line going to the sun. And us currently we're traveling at like 252 true, so this is our direction. Like that. Yeah, so it is a bit behind us and to the left. A bit behind us and to the left. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. I think so. And the sun is coming higher, so we should be getting a more accurate reading now. I hope. We'll see if that really works. Alright, what's the time? Okay, this time let's try not to miss it. We are getting there. We actually made it. Wow. Okay, so the calculations are getting faster and faster when you get used to it. You won't have many calculations, unfortunately, because it's a very short trip. So we're actually halfway there, actually more than halfway there, right? And at some point we'll be able to capture the VOR here, so that's a bit cheaty, but we can try not to do that. We can try to see if we can spot Male, the airport, overfly it maybe, and then just go around and descend and do whatever we need to do. But as long as we are able to find it already, I think that's the number one priority. Okay, time. We have... I'm always confused with this clock because it's... 1 second. Where's my mouse? Okay. So if you look here, so the 159 on that notch there, the notches look so large to me. I keep expecting that there's one more notch here, so that's what, 256? 7, 8, 9. Okay, makes sense. So at that point, when it hits the 159 Zulu, we start recording. Okay, so let's keep the clock here. Oh my goodness. So I think with that, let's have a look at Little Nav map again. If we take one more shot from here, 125, we might be able to actually do one more shot just to practice, and then we should see the airport soon enough. That's the idea. That's the idea. Tricky. Let me have a look at my engines first. Engines are breathing nicely. Carb air temp, we are in the freezing, so we have to be very careful. We have to make sure to monitor if there's any fluctuation with the RPM and the manifold pressure. But so far so good. All temperatures seem hot, but it is hot outside. It's 15 degrees outside at 10,000 feet. So yeah, might make sense that they're a bit hot. Fuel pressure and oil pressure are good as well. Good. Okay, I think we are okay here. 2 more minutes. 1.5 actually. And I want to be exact this time. The only limitation of this tool, I think, is you cannot pause the game in any way. Whether it's the P mode or the pause mode or the pressing escape to menu or active pause, I don't think it works. There's going to be like a desync of the time with where the aircraft is. So I think we have to be very careful with that. Remind me not to pause it any circumstances. Okay, 1 more minute to go exactly. Oh, let's see how far we are from here. Let's see how far we will be. Most probable position 255. You know what? Actually, I'm not sure. We'll see. Okay, 30 seconds. Let's get the tool ready. Now, I'm expecting the reading should be much higher right? Because the sun is higher. But I'm expecting we should be much closer to our reading, the calculated height of 16 degrees. We should be somewhere around 16 degrees, hopefully, if we're doing this correctly. Alright, here we go. 2, go. Okay, now we did it at the right time. Perfect. Good. Ooh. Let's see if this works. What I'm actually not sure is what we do with that. After we know where we are, when we're near the airport, do we just look outside and hope that we can see the island? Maybe that's how it works. Man, I love the look of these clouds over here. Hey Barry, how's the flying going, man? Doing great, man. We are doing celestial navigation, filling out these charts with coordinates and stuff, and looking at charts and enjoying this geekiness. I'm probably the only one enjoying this, but bear with me, guys. My geekery is in the way. One sec. Oh, is it done? Is it done? Not yet. I think 1 more minute. So we measured it. That looks okay to me. We have the total adjustment. So we'll look at HO, our observed height. That's the one that the sextant will be spitting out after it's done calculating, which is going to be in 30 seconds, I think. And then we'll put that number here, and then we'll subtract them. And then from there, we'll know if we're going to be headed towards the sun or away from it. Remember, the sun, so in our position here, the sun is that way, 83 degrees. So to the right, to the east. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. 1622. Hey, that's not bad. Somewhere 16. I'll take it. 1622. Okay, okay. There is hope. Maybe. I don't know. So, let's see. 16 degrees, 22 minutes. Oh, we're still a bit far, aren't we? We are 15 miles. Oh, away. Away this time. Because HO is smaller. So, we are actually, instead of, remember the previous one here, we went towards the sun. Because HO was larger. Here, we are smaller. HO is smaller, so we're going away from the sun. So that's going to be 15 minutes. That's 15 nautical miles. 37. Yes, exactly. So that's going to be 15 miles away. Let's go ahead and plot that. Let's see. So if we plot that here, let me remove this line. Actually, you know what? No, that's good. So this is the assumed position. That's our starting point. And we're measuring 15 miles away from the sun, which is 83 plus 180. Remember, the azimuth is 83 degrees, the ZN. So 83 plus 180 is what? 263. So it's 263 degrees true. And we are 15 miles from there. So 263. 15 miles is there, and then we draw a line that is perpendicular to this one. That's going to be our line of position. That's going to be, this line is where we are, roughly speaking. This line is going to be where we are. But I'm not sure if we're doing this right, to be honest. 153. No, 173. Oh, I think it's right, guys. I think it is right. Because if I draw a line here, 353. So we are somewhere on that line. If we draw a straight line from here, from our party reckoning over here, 263 degrees, straight line, we should be somewhere here. So this is our most probable position at 0200 Zulu. That's the way. So we are pretty close. We are a bit faster than what we thought we were going with. So that probably means our ground speed is more than 250 knots. But the angle seems to be perfect. So in order to get to Male, let's say, how is the big imagery situation? To be honest, I haven't seen so much because we departed very dark. But we'll see later as we reach Male if it gets better. Runs much faster and smoother on your 3080 laptop. That would make sense. Still noticeable stutter when turning camera and scenery. Yes, that's something that next week should be addressed. World Update 6. I'm also looking forward to that very much. So 125 nautical miles, and it was an additional 11 nautical miles. So are we actually... Does that mean we're actually 125, 136? Yeah, 125 plus 11 is 136 times 2. 136 times 2 is 272. Are we really 272 in ground speed? I find that hard to believe, but maybe we do have winds. I don't know. Maybe. So we can assume that, I guess. Okay, so it's 136. So we draw from here 136. We actually should see Male soon enough at this point, right? Something like that would be our next target. So we should be 246 degrees. We were previously 255, so that's what? 9 degrees adjustment? No, 8? 9 degrees. Okay, 9 degrees. So we turn 9 degrees to the left. That seems excessive, but fine. So we started from there around 255. We go around 246 maybe. Something like that. Maybe? I have no idea, guys. I'm excited to see where we are, the location of where we are in comparison. So we'll see. Ay. Australia. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it might very well be. So at 0230 we should be here. Okay. Should we take one more shot, or should we just eyeball it? Because at this point, yeah, maybe I should just go straight to Male. Shouldn't I? I think there's a certain procedure as well that they do for landfall. There's a tutorial on what to do when you're nearing land, so that you have an idea which direction you should be headed. But maybe we can read through that. Okay, 1 second. So this is the tutorial, right? And I'm not going to go through everything, but there is supposedly a landfall. Yeah, the landfall procedure that way. So let's see. Alright, so this one is saying you're approaching land. So we're coming from the sea here and we're approaching land, but with our estimation of where we are, so in the star is where we want to go, we're not really sure if we'll be on this side or on this side. So we're not sure if it'll be going to the right or we should be going to the left. Yeah, because we're not sure. It's an approximate. So what it's doing is saying, instead of figuring out whether you should go right or left, apply a correction that is extreme enough. So go to the left in this case, so that you're sure that the star is going to be on your right side. So instead of looking outside left and right, seeing where the island could be, guessing where it could be, if you go left enough, then you know that it's for sure going to be on your right side. So you're only looking at one side. Yeah, makes sense. So you're not second guessing yourself. The main question I have is how much left do you have to go? because because I might go too left that I don't see the island at all anymore. They say land ahoy! Exactly. Yes, so I'm not sure how that works. We replace the visible coastline with an invisible line of position as we calculated in the previous chapters. Okay. Determine where you are on the LOP by observing a celestial body with your sextant. Okay. There's one significant difference from our normal position finding. In the last chapters, we found the LOP of where we were at the time. This LOP, however, is one for where we want to go. So we want an LOP that goes right through our destination. Oh, interesting. I haven't studied this at all. Okay, crap. Now remember, the LOP is drawn from AP as assumed position. It's unlikely that the destination is exactly on the AP. So use an AP near the destination and move it across. Let's see. So AP is here. Yeah, I don't think I can get this. I'll need to study this more offline. I didn't know it was so different from the normal calculations. So now it's doing an 1830 here. Well, actually, I could use the same chart, huh? Just different column. Landfall chart. Oh my goodness, this is hardcore. No, I think I'll not use that. Hey, Jack, how are things, man? How's your dad doing? Glad you managed to join the stream. Calculus and geometry required. Oh my goodness. Jack, we were quite busy plotting coordinates and looking at charts. But I think we're in the home stretch. We were plotting things where we could be in the middle of the sea. I think we were there, and then we were there, and now we're headed this way. Hopefully that's the right one. Going to Male. Let's see. Let's see. Is he watching? Oh, that's great to hear. Doing celestial navigation. Hope he's feeling better. Sorry to hear about the incident, man, but glad you guys are safe. Get some water here because this is tiring, my goodness. Should we maybe start descending? I don't know. Your laptop comes with Tobii Horizon Head Tracker. Wow. Ah, 1 second. Is it Tobii? There is a trick to make Tobii Eye Tracker, I think, pretend or behave like either a mouse or a track IR, I think, for some games. Was it Face Track No IR that was doing that conversion? I remember there is something. They have something for Tobii Eye Tracker users so that you can use it even if the game does not fully support a Tobii Eye Tracker. You might be able to use that similar thing. Okay, so let's see, what time is it? 0 to 10. Okay, so 10 minutes have passed. So if we were here, where is it? So if we were here, we should actually be 10 minutes of 260, let's say, is 26. So it should be somewhere here, maybe. Probably. Should we measure one more time? Just uses a camera to track head movement. It might be enough, yeah, because the Tobii Eye Tracker actually has head movement as well. And actually, for trucking, for example, it's mostly the head tracking that works. When I used the Tobii Eye Tracker before, I disabled eye tracking completely because it's the head tracking that's the more important part. So you have a good, you have a great laptop there. Actually, it's amazing. All right, should we make one more? Because I think we want more excitement, right? 0 to 30. Let me save this one. Let me save the PDF and start a new one. Let's show off to Jack. Yeah, let's show off our skills to Jack here. Oh my goodness. 0230 Zulu. Okay, let's do this. Here we go. Let's show off the Jack. So, navigator. Lumsy, you guys are seeing this, right? Okay, good. Date is September 1. Fixed time is going to be 0230 Zulu. Oh, this is Jack's time, I think, right? 0230. It's 2:30 in the morning there. Oh my goodness. You guys okay? Latitude. Okay, so where should we be at that time? Let's see. Where should we be? We estimate that we would be here 30 minutes from now, somewhere here. So we should see some islands on our right, I'm guessing. But the nearest coordinate from us is actually very far away. It's this guy. 4 north, 74 east. Okay. So we say north 4 and east 74. Just to keep it simple. Our track is 243, true. And our heading is 246. True. Oh no, actually. Oh, you know what? I always get confused there. Let's just put the same here. Oh, I think I put whatever is in here, right? It's 249. 249 true. What my plane is doing. 249 true. Altitude is 10k. Ground speed is, let's say, 260. What was it we put in? 136, so that's 260, 272. 272 actually. 272. I find that wrong, but fine. We've all been counting on our fingers and toes. Alright, Jack. Thanks, man. Thanks for dropping by. Hope you guys are good. And yes, catch you soon. Catch you soon. Stay safe, man. Get some rest. Alright, let's take the sun position here. Let's go and check our charts. Bye. Have a great time indeed. So 230, so it's still going to be the same number actually, because it's still 2. We just have to apply a correction, right? So 209.59 in here. So it's going to be 209 degrees, 59 minutes. And the correction for 30 minutes is 7:30. You guys remember? Let's go there again, just to be safe. Just because I might have not remembered correctly. Oh, 1 second. Yeah. 0814 North 814.7. Let me copy it from the previous one. This guy. There you go. Declination I think remains the same. The correction only applies to the thing here. It might be. I don't actually get why that is, but fine. Alright, so let's see. Let's go to the corrections. Increments and corrections. Go to the 30-minute tab. This one, 30 minutes. 0, yes indeed, that's 0730, yes. 0730 indeed. Okay, so let's go back here. So we have a correction of 07 degrees and 30 minutes, and then we add them, which means, oh, here we go again with the adding. 209 plus 7 is 216, so that's going to be 217, because this guy went over 60, so that's going to be what, 29? 89 minus 60 is 29. Okay, yes, I think so, right? And then we have the east longitude, so it's going to be positive again, so it's 74 degrees. And here we want it to be a whole number, so it's going to be 74. Can we do it the opposite way? Can we move to the left maybe? So 73.41, I guess that's okay, right? Or 31 should be. So that 29 plus 31 is equal to 60, right? 29, 30, 50, 60, okay. So this is going to be 280, 290, 291, right? I think. I hope so. Oh my goodness. And then this one is 4 degrees. Okay, good. So we have same again, north-north. 4 degrees, 4 degrees. What's the time? We have around 12 minutes left. Okay, that's fine. Should be more than enough time. So let's look at the site reduction tables this time. Look for the latitude 4 for the same. Right, latitude 4 for same, this guy. And our LHA is 291 degrees. So 291 degrees is somewhere latitude 4, 291 degrees is at the bottom row there, here, right? So this is the bottom row we're getting, and we're getting the row with the declination between 8 and 9 degrees. Okay, so 8 and 9 degrees would be 8 and 9 degrees would be these guys. Oh, these guys. So the bottom row would be, oh, there's actually an indication there. Okay, this one. So this is what we're getting. These guys right here. That's what we're getting. Okay. Yeah, so it's 2120, 2121. It's very close. So it's 2120. We're getting closer to 8 degrees. So that's the HC, or that's the what is it? 21 degrees 20 minutes. That's the one we put here. And HA H0249. 21 degrees 20 minutes. Is that right? Yes. And then we have the Z is 83. I'm guessing we have the same thing again in here. Oh crap. Where am I? Okay, here. 83 is Z. And because our LHA is greater than 180, we're in the north latitude, right? Where north latitude is 4 degrees north. We have LHA greater than 180. Yes, LHA is 291 degrees. So Zn is equal to Z. So Zn is basically the same thing as in here, 83 or 83. Yes, this one. That one, 83. So Zn is going to be 83 degrees. Good. So now we look for corrections. It's going to be the same here. Dome personal is always going to be 5 minutes in our case. That's the one from the tool. And the refraction is going to be based on table 6. Running out of those. Almost there, man. Almost there. Hang tight. We are almost there. Actually, haven't looked at my fuel. 1 second. Oh, we're good. More than enough fuel. Yeah, I packed a lot here, knowing we would have to take some time. Alright, so the sextant altitude, we are 10,000 feet, more or less. And our HC is 21 degrees. It's getting higher. The sun is getting higher, right? As it rises, as we go to midday. Makes sense. So 21 degrees is in between these two, so we still have 2 degrees. 2 minutes rather. 2 minutes of refraction in here, correction. So let's put 2 minutes in here. That's going to be a total of 7 minutes difference. So we'll put the adjustment here, 7 minutes. That's going to be 21. So the total HC will be 21 degrees, 27 minutes, right? Dang it, Jack was here. Yeah, you missed him. He's good though. 21, 27. There we go. Okay. Now we look for Coriolis in table 7. Coriolis in table 7 is based on the latitude. I think we're getting closer to 0 actually. This is to take into account the Coriolis effect. The one, oh, it's hard to explain. But the one where the rotation is different from the center of the Earth, the equator, near the equator. When you go north or south, there's a different rotation, right? It rotates. Is it slower or faster? Something. Google it. This takes into account the Coriolis effect of the liquid inside the bubble sextant. So we are at 4 degrees latitude, so somewhere in between, 250 knots. Yeah, more 0. So let's put that 0. Good. Alright, looking good, and we have it ready. We have HC here, so that's the main thing that we are looking for, HC. HO is what we are measuring using the sextant. HC is what we're calculating, and then we compare the two, and we know where we're going. Or ZN is also very important, by the way. There we go. Rotation is faster at the equator. There we go. So it has to rotate faster because it's a bigger surface area, right? The middle of the Earth, the equator, it has a bigger surface area, so it has to rotate faster as compared to the North Pole and South Pole, which have to rotate slower. So that discrepancy between the rotation of the center versus the other areas of the Earth adds that Coriolis effect. This is also why the typhoons, or the low pressure areas, right? They rotate counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere and clockwise on the southern hemisphere, something along those lines because of that effect. Very interesting how all this works, but some of it is beyond me. Let's see, can we see some land below? Land ho? No. Land no. Dang it. Okay, let's see. Trust the process. Trust the process. Okay, let's plot this first. Let us start plotting these things. That's also why water circles are drained differently. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. I actually haven't observed that yet. Yeah. I have to double check. So I guess it's counterclockwise as well if you're in the northern hemisphere. And then clockwise if you're not. Something like that. Alright, so here we have, let's plug in the assumed position here, AP. So the AP at 0 to 30 Zulu is going to be 4 degrees north and 73.31 east. 73.31 east. So there we are. Oh crap. Really? That's how far I put in? Okay, that's not bad. That's closer. That assumed position is closer to the point here. Okay, fine. So that's where we think, well, that's our starting point for our calculation, right? And the sun, if you draw a line there, is 83 degrees true. So the sun should be somewhere there. Yeah? Along that line at least. Let's look at the time. Make sure I'm not missing it. The water draining thing is a myth. I've heard about that it's a myth. I haven't actually tested. Could be. Hurricane thing is true. They say the water draining thing could be a myth because it might be too small a scale, but the hurricane definitely is true for sure. There you go. Might be. Cool. So 1, 2, 3 minutes and we should be ready. Let's also draw a point here, a range here, right click, add range ring. So we should be somewhere in that vicinity. So actually, if we're at this point by then, if we look outside, yeah, the airport's going to be 10 miles in front of us. So we should be seeing it already. Aren't we? Aren't we yet? We're doomed, guys. I see nothing. Oh no. No, 1 second. Is that land? I think that's land, isn't it? I'm probably imagining things. Okay. After we measure this, let's descend and see. Mirage. Yeah. That's what happens when you're in a desert, right? You're starving for water. Start imagining things. Oh, we're close. We're 1 minute away. Is it? Yes, this is 2:28. So less than a minute away. I think I see Amelia Earhart. Me imagining things. A group of clouds is promising. Exactly. AB, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. We're getting pretty nerdy in here. Hope you are into that kind of stuff. There we go. So we have our calculations for celestial navigation, navigating by using the sun as a reference point and no other ground or GPS means. Okay, almost there. Let's get ready. Let's get our sextant ready in here. Good. Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? All right. And go. Okay. I love the sound of that. Sounds so archaic, doesn't it? Let's keep on looking outside. Yeah. Such a nice effect that they added there. Guys, see anything? I still don't. But yes, after this one, we'll start descending to maybe 2,000 feet. I doubt there are any mountains that are going to meet us from there. You saw a train. That just goes to show you see what you need to see or what you want to see, huh? Case in point. Oh my goodness, the suspense is real. So just to review, guys, our calculated HC is 2127. Let's see if we are getting any closer. I'm assuming it should be 21, somewhere 21. Hopefully closer. We will see. We will see. Oh man, the suspense. We'll know when it's close to finishing, so the sounds will change. Come on, bro. Here we go, here we go. 2157. Oh, we're 30 miles away. But 30 miles away from the assumed position, not from our party reckoning. Yeah, so there is hope. There is hope. Let's plot that. So 21 degrees, 57 minutes. Means we are 30 minutes. One sec. Oh, I forgot. When the HO is bigger, what do we have to do again? I always get confused here. When the observed height is bigger, we have to move towards, I think. Let's compare the previous results. When it was smaller, we went away. When it was bigger, we went towards. Okay, so it should be 2. Alright. So we go 2. Yes. Alright, so we go 2. 30 degrees. Alright, so let's plot that. So this is our assumed position. Let's go towards the sun. 30 degrees. So actually this one can be our starting point. Yeah, 33 degrees. So let's go for this guy. 13 miles rather. 83 degrees. Yes. And then from there is our line of position. So we draw from here perpendicular, which is 83 minus 90 is 253. Like that. Yes. So we are somewhere within this line, but based on our party reckoning here, we figure the most probable point of us is if we draw that 83 degrees going to that intersecting that line. So we're thinking we are somewhere here. We're thinking we are somewhere here. So that's going to be our MPP, most probable position at 0230 Zulu. Yeah, so if you're there, so it looks like we overcompensated. We are doing zigzagging, right? We went past the yellow, we went past, so it looks like I overcorrected. So that means that might actually be nice, because if we want to go to Male, let's say here, we want to correct that, turn right, let's say maybe go here on that same path. We're 30 miles away from Male, so if we want to go directly there close, we have to be at 260. So that's going to be, I'm going to adjust 10 degrees, just eyeballing it. Probably not the most accurate thing, but fine. 2, 4, 3, yeah, 10 degrees would be around 260. Okay. Yours clunks way more. Sound of your brain. Oh yeah, that's I think a close enough thing. Close enough comparison. Are we moving? Yes, we kinda are. Very slowly, very, very slowly. Let's make that a bit sharper. Two, 5. At this point, I should actually be able to capture the VOR. But I want to see land first, you know, just to really try this celestial navigation out. Alright, there you go. I think that should be good enough. Yes, something like that, around 10 degrees adjustment. So we should be seeing something below. Oh, I see land. Guys, there's land. There is land. Oh, yo, 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 yo. 1 second, what is that? That's real land, right? You see it? Land. Oh, 1 second. Alright, let's see. Which one? I think it looks like this guy right here. Maybe this one? Could be. What does that look like to you? Or is that the airport itself? Oh no, I think it's this one. Right? Yeah, it looks like this island. This island looks like this island. So Male should be that guy right there. Hey! Yeah, I see the airport. I see the airport. You see it? You see the approach lights? There's the approach lights. We saw it. And our navigation is not too bad. We detected, we assumed that we were somewhere here to the left of the airport. That's why we have to move to the right. And we are indeed. So somewhere over here maybe is where we are. That is super cool. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. So with that, we should be able to start descending. Yeah, first and foremost, let's start descending because there are plenty of things we need to do. All right, let's land this plane and then let's analyze how far or how near we were. Okay, so let's see. Let's start descending. Let me go down 1,000 feet per minute. I think that's the starting point if I remember correctly. Turn off the altitude control and then go down 1,000 feet per minute up to 2,000 feet. That's okay, we'll circle around later. Where's the airport again? I think we're going past it by now. Yeah, there it is. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. We can easily adjust. Okay. So we're descending 1,000 feet per minute. I also want to slow down. So we set that to descent power. That is 2600 RPM. 26 inches of manifold pressure. So that's this guy right here. And then 2400 on the RPM. Like so. Yeah, that's okay. That will slow us down. Our descent rate is 1,000 feet per minute, more or less. Yes, that looks good. Alright, superchargers are low. Windshield heat, I don't think we need any windshield heat. It's pretty hot outside, yeah. Fuel tanks main, yes. Carb heat, we don't have any, but we'll monitor it if we need it. Hydraulic systems can go on. We'll need to use that later on so we can extend our flaps. And then flaps would be later. Yes, after we reach 2,000 feet. Okay, good. So we are now descending. Now we can study the chart. Right, so we are going for the runway 36 approach to Male. There. So 114.7 is the VOR. And we have an ILS approach 108.7. And it's a pretty straightforward thing. 2,000 feet, that's why I targeted 2,000. And then we can just find the localizer and descend there. Minimums would be, I guess we're category C, 240 feet. Yes. Easy peasy, yeah. Straightforward landing. So let's plug those in. 108.7. Let's see if we can see that already. 108.7. Do we? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. There it is. We're actually pretty high, it's saying. We're pretty high and pretty much out of it. But that's fine. We'll loop around later. We will loop around. And then the VOR is 114.7. 114.7. We'll tune that into nav2 because that's going to be used for the go around. And that's also going to give us a nice picture of where the airport is. So it's 45 degrees at our backs already. So we're very far away from it. That's fine. We'll circle back later in a bit. Okay, let's look at the weather. Let's look at the weather here at Male. Winds are coming from the left, around 5 knots maybe. Let's have a look, get more detail. So here we get the proper time now, 0200 Zulu. It's 0240, so it's almost 1 hour old. It's fine. 284 at 11 knots, so it's pretty crosswindy. Not the best, but visibility should be good. Pressure is 1010. Okay, 1010 would be the QNH. There you go. Set that up here as well. 1010. There we go. Good. Alright. That works. Let's start turning here. Going towards the VOR. Oh, look at that small island. Man, welcome to Maldives, guys. This is so cool. So many small islands. Alright. Let's get back to the normal volume. It's going to get a bit louder. Oh, you know what? Let me tone that down a bit because I want to get some photos again. Beautiful. Here it is. Is that the land where we're looking for? The Maldives are closed. Please go back. Crap. Oh, that looks perfect. We can make it seem like we looked for that specific small island. Oh my goodness. Oh, where are we now? Alright, let's see. 1 second. That we're turning too much. That's fine. Alright, final approach course is 002. Okay, let's adjust that. 002 is actually almost fine here. Yeah. Ooh, what is that? It's an island right below. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. Phew. Okay, 1 second. Focus. Okay, we're getting lower here now. That's good. And 002 would be whoop, whoop. Okay, good. Alright, so now we can just go to localizer here, supposedly, right? And it should take care of leading us toward the airport, which is 16 miles away. So I might have gone a bit too far there, but that's okay because we still need to slow down. Might actually have to go around here. YouTube thumbnail, exactly. Now we're over our house, yes. If we look right up 90 degrees, we will see the sun. Close enough. Pulling back on the throttle here because we are beyond. As we descend, the manifold pressure increases. So we have to continue applying, lessening that power. 2,000 feet is when we'll be stopping. There's the airport in front, you guys see? Beautiful. Let me go to the checklist here. Okay, let me see. 2,000 feet. Yeah, I think we're still a bit too close. The final approach fix is at 6.3 DME. We're only 10 miles away. Actually, no, even less. Crap. Yeah, I think we might be too fast. But we'll see, we'll see. Slow down, please. Let's pull back on the throttles even more. See how that works. There you go, 2,000 feet. Okay, good. Slow down. There's the airport. Slow down, slow down. Let's go through the checklist. BMEP seatbelts. Actually, it never released the seatbelts. Okay, I think we are good there. I just need to slow down enough so I can deploy my flaps. But I think we won't make it. Now see, we are slowing down. We are starting to slow down. We might have a chance, guys. We might have a chance. Although the glide slope is starting to come. You see this? Yeah, it's getting closer and closer. Crap. 160, 174. So around this point, 1 bar to go, and I can deploy my flaps. There you go. I think that looks good. Alright, I think it's perfect timing. Okay, so 10, 15, 20. Let's go for the approach mode there. Let's go for auto rich. Good. Right, let's go for 90 BMEP or 100 BMEP. There we are on the glide slope. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything. 20 degrees, 30 degrees. And let's lower those landing gears as well. Right? And from there, we should be okay. Let me have a look at the airport diagram so we know where we're exiting. The gate should be on the left side. Okay, left side gate. Foxtrot or Golf taxiway. Good. 30 inches. Okay. Pull back on the throttle. We're a bit fast. That's more like it. We are now in the white range. Landing lights. Oh crap. I missed a lot of steps, guys. Good. Flaps 50. We're now set for landing. Landing lights on. Gumps check. Gas. Undercarriage, we have 3 greens. Mixture is auto rich, yes. Props, yeah, that's okay. And switches, we have landing lights on. Looking good. Alright. Let's turn off the autopilot and off we go there. Okay. Looking good. Looking good. Welcome. to Male. Almost, almost. A bit low. Just adjust a bit. Man, I love that hum. That steady hum of the plane, huh? Alright. Pretty low. That's fine. Winds should have been coming from the left. I don't feel it as much. Oh yeah, it is coming from the left a bit. Okay. Settle it down. There you go. Reversers. Oh yeah, there it is. There's the crosswind. Have to apply left aileron to balance it out. There we go. Thank you. Better to sleep to this than a fan. Hey Blazin. Thanks Jason. Alright, reversers off. And let's exit on the nearest taxiway. I think that's on the left. We could make it. R2800 sleep therapy. Right. Now time to look at the Bing imagery. Oh, yeah, right. How can we confirm that? Is there an easy way to confirm it? Okay, there's a taxiway here. This might be taxiway Foxtrot. Or this might be Golf. This might be Foxtrot. This might be Golf, the other one. Hey Alpha, perfect timing. We just landed. We found Male using celestial navigation. Navigating using the sun. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy it worked, kinda-ish. I'll take it. Alright, we're here. We just ram over all these planes, this TBM, this van. Oh crap. Oh, too late. Okay, sorry bro. Alright, here we are. Amazing. Good. Parking brake, gust lock. Let's go through the shutdown procedures. Propeller full. Good. Does that work? So quiet. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn this on. The pitot heat actually should have been closed as well. I did not go through the checklists at all, guys. Very, very bad. Very, very bad. Turn off the ignitions. Yeah. Inverters. Generator. Okay. Beacons are off. Nav lights off, emergency lights. I think that's okay enough. That's good enough. Maybe some things are not yet on, but that's okay. Let's turn off the plane and finish this guy off. Good. 1 hour 59. Amazing. Yes. I'm missing the sound of the engines actually. Welcome to Male, guys. Welcome to Male. Let's have a look at the satellite images. If they do exist. How do we check that, Barry? What's the best way to check? Okay, maybe here, right? The city. Maybe we can go faster. That's the way. Alright. It still looks low quality to me. But I'm not sure. It is kind of covered with buildings. It might just not be high quality in the first place. The underlying textures. Like if you look at the textures there. But with the buildings, it's not so bad, right? With the buildings, it's not so bad. So that's where we landed, guys. Male. There we saw it from like this point of view, right? Oh, that looks so cool. Alright. Ew, low res. Alright guys, we're not yet done though. We're not yet done. We have 7 minutes. We can go and analyze this now. Let's go back to little nav map here. Let's see how accurate we were. Let's have a look at our breadcrumbs, okay? So let's go and look at our breadcrumbs. There we go. So let's see. what happened in reality versus how we assumed it would go. So we took off from runway 22. We started at that ramp, stand 25, reversed, went out, went on this taxiway. Yes, went on taxiway Alpha, departed via runway 22. Then we turned right towards 249, so we kind of intercepted. That's actually a very nice intercept on that flight plan, huh? Very nice. And then we somehow deviated. I guess there must have been wind somewhere. We started deviating from it. And then we put our position. We computed somewhere there. Oh, and this is the time. So this mod also comes with something. It's pretty cool. Load import CSV. Because this guy, so they have the cell nav here, right? We have the actual route. So whenever you take measurements with the sextant, it's actually plotting in your actual coordinates as well. So later on, you can go back and compare where you really were versus where you thought you were. So let's load that up. There we are. Oh, it's not that bad. So at 0131 Zulu, we were actually there. And we computed we were here, MPP. If we compare how far that is, that's 18 miles away. Not the best. Yeah, not the best, but it's not too bad, I guess. Yeah, so that was the first calculation. And they say the closer the next ones, you get more accurate as you progress with the flight, they say. And look at this, guys. This is definitely much closer. So we computed this, the MPP at 200 Zulu, 0200. We were 9 miles away only. Yeah, this guy. And then the next one, the last one we took. Oh, I think the last one we took was the closest. Look at this. Our most probable position, we thought we were here. And we were actually here. 6 miles away. Oh. I'll take that. I think I'll take it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and so that's why when we plotted this one, we were probably around here when we started looking on the right side, right? Oh, this is where we were exactly. You see the breadcrumbs kind of bent a bit. Thank you. We made it work somehow. So you see the bent lines? That's when we said, oh, we have to apply some correction on the track. So that's when we turned, and over here is probably when we started looking out, and that's when we saw the right side. That's when we saw that the airport was in sight. And then we continued on as we descended, and then we shot through the ILS like so. So these are the islands that we were seeing. Where were we before? Maybe we can see where we stayed. You know what? Actually, I'm not sure. I can't remember anymore. Yeah, if I see it, it'll probably make sense, but I forgot which island it was. One of these. Super cool. We already landed, Tom. We already landed. Yeah, we're here. Male. So we did it, guys. It's not the most hardcore celestial navigation yet, but it is a step towards the right direction. I'm happy with it. We actually arrived in one piece. So no complaints from me. Hey Coral, thanks for the follow. I'm happy. Yeah, here we are, Tom. Here we are. Oh, sorry. Bit fast. There we are. You missed it. Oh, no worries. You can go back to the stream, and I will also be posting the entire footage of this in YouTube, hopefully by tomorrow if YouTube cooperates. Cool? Alright. So there are the islands of the Maldives. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I have. I think I still have Bing satellite imagery bug. There's a current bug where the high quality textures are not getting loaded by the server, and it's been acknowledged by the developers. I think Sansemiano was saying it was fixed already in some cases, but looks like maybe not all. I'll have to monitor. Yeah. Just been watching me on YouTube. How is it going? It's going great, man. We navigated without GPS, without VORs. We only used the sun as the reference, and we were able to go from Sri Lanka to Maldives. So we were able to navigate without GPS, and we used these charts and these plots in the process. So I am super happy with that, and it's perfect timing. Actually didn't expect that it would be this perfect timing with the stream. it's like it's measured, right? It's almost 11. Oh my goodness. Sometimes the stars just align. Sorry for the pun. But yes, I'm super happy with these results. Okay, are we good? Something just refreshed. Are we still live? Okay, 2 minutes till 11. There we go. Woo! 4 a.m. UK time. Oh my goodness. Let's just keep looking here. We have 2 minutes. Let's continue looking at the airports. Let's go slower. Yeah, this is why I like the Xbox controller, because you can actually go and control it a bit better. One sec, huh? It's getting slower here. There we go. There's the plane. Let's go ahead and open it up. Why not? Unload the cargo, right? We should be unloading the cargo. After all, we worked hard to navigate through here. Open that, and let's open all the doors. Night. 11 p.m. Alright. Have a good night, Tom. Have a good morning, Carl. Not sure if you woke up early or you're staying up late. Either way, hope you are good. Right, let's open all of the doors. Let's put in all the stuff. Pitot covers, wheel chocks, oil pans and everything. Even the stairs. And then let's have a look outside how everything looks. There it is. Cargo doors opening, unloading our precious cargo here in the Maldives. Oh, look at that. Clumsy livery right there. Very artistic shot. We all just fell out. There we go. The plane all being serviced. And for those who are not familiar, these are the cowl flaps. The one that I'm tweaking the knobs, the one I say to let the engine breathe. So these close and open so that the engine can breathe better. But as a result, you can imagine it's a bit, how do you say? It's pretty, intrusive with the airflow, right? So it's not the best airflow when you have those extended, when you have those opened. So you want to close them to minimize the drag. So you have to balance the temperature of the engine with the drag that it's producing. So you can't just always have them open. Alright, there we go. There are the stuff. And I think if we unload this guy, if we unload everything, then the boxes actually disappear as well. There we go. Magic. Awesome. This is a beautiful plane, the DC-6, and it's a perfect companion, perfect plane for this celestial navigation. Thank you guys for staying with me, cheering me on, and trusting the process. I couldn't trust myself oftentimes, but glad it worked. Aerodynamic drag, exactly. I think induced drag, one of those drags. Yes, one of those. A tablet on the DC-6. The troll being a troll. Let's leave him be. Alright guys, let's leave it there. Thank you for watching. I'm happy that we managed Clumsy Flying, and I'll catch you on Friday. We'll see what we are going to be streaming. It might be the Ford F-Max unless something else comes along. GG. Have a good one. My pleasure. And thanks again for staying and surviving all of that nerdery. Good. That's a good decision, Barry. Yes, if you're not so much into the classic planes, EMDG 737, definitely something you can get into. Right? Thanks. Have a good one. Keeping my fingers crossed that something comes. We'll see. We never know. And Clumsy Flying. Bye.